My granddaughter is distant. I think she is gay but is afraid of telling us because we are religious. My granddaughter F16, Lynn lives with me M67 and my wife F62 since she is 4 years old. Our daughter, her mother, and her father were unalived in a car accident and we took her in. But lastly, Lynn has become very isolated and rude to us. I don't mean with this that she always has to respect us, because we are older, because this, in my opinion, is a stupid concept, but she sometimes calls us names without any reason or refuses to talk to us or eat anything my wife or I cooked. I should probably mention that me and my wife are Christians and religious, Lynn is not, but we accepted that a long time ago. 2 days ago, some packages for my wife were delivered to the door and I opened the door. Suddenly my granddaughter comes basically flying down the stairs, grabs one of the packs and runs up to her room. Lynn leaves for a walk with the dog and when I bring the items away to the bathroom, I catch a look through her door and see a rainbow flag hanging on the wall. I'm not someone who likes snooping in people's rooms, so I hold back myself from further investigating her room, and when she comes home I don't say anything. I told my wife, and that I thought she might be a lesbian, but my wife reminded me that my daughter never ever brought anyone home or mentioned anyone and pretty obviously is not interested in girls. I should also mention that Lynn recently cut her hair short and started coloring it, something that's normal for teen girls I guess. I don't know, my wife neither. I think we both are just too old and born too long ago to really relate to our granddaughter a lot. There's another thing my wife noticed, because I usually don't notice such things, but she told me that Lynn started wearing less dresses and skirts and more boy clothes, meaning the shirts you find in the boys department in a store. I don't really mind, but when I saw that rainbow flag I realized that maybe all these changes have to do something with her being a lesbian. Maybe she didn't tell us because she thinks we will not accept her because we are Christians, and both me and my wife were sadly raised in very homophobic times and environments. But humans can change, and although we maybe are old, we are not stupid and changed our mind over the years. Me and my wife definitely will accept Lynn, we love her, and I don't care whom our granddaughter loves, as long as she's happy. How can I tell that to Lynn without giving off that I snooped in her room? I obviously didn't really search her room, but I suppose the rainbow flag was not meant for my eyes. Update. First of all, thank you everyone for the tons and tons of advice we got, and thank you so much for all the help, support and offers to explain a lot about the LGBTQ+ community to me and my wife. This really helped us so much. So, long story short, Lynn came out as non-binary and bisexual. They told us that in German, they prefer male pronouns, we don't have a neutral pronoun, and neutral nouns for themselves, and in English they prefer the pronoun they, so I'll try to go with this one. I apologize if I happen to use the wrong pronouns, but I've used she for 16 years, me and my wife are trying hard to get used to it though because we want our grandchild to be happy. The long story, someone advised me to ask around in our community for other LGBTQ+ people, and this was a good idea. We found out that close to us there is a trans boy living, and I decided to use this as a conversation starter. So when they came down the stairs for dinner, I just decided to ask them, did you know that Sam is trans? I absolutely support him, he looks so happy, and my wife nodded. Lynn looks at us in shock, then surprise, and starts crying and just says, I know. 5 minutes later they came out to us as bisexual and non-binary. They said they've thought about new names because they feel like the old one doesn't really fit them, but they didn't find a good name, so we're currently searching for a new name. I don't fully understand the concept of feeling like something between a woman and a man, because that's how Lynn told us they feel, but as long as our grandchild is happy, me and my wife will do everything we can to support them. And we will protect them. We know that there are a lot of homophobes in the world, and sadly also among other Christians. This is not okay and never will be. To my fellow homophobic Christians in my private messages, you don't go to hell for being queer, just like you don't go to heaven for being heterosexual or cisgender. Thank you. Thank you everyone again for the advice, it really helped a lot. Me and my wife sure still have to learn a lot about the LGBTQ+ community, and we will help our grandchild wherever we can. And by the way, I showed Lynn this post and they agreed to take name suggestions from you guys, too. If anyone has a good idea, please tell us. They'd prefer a masculine or neutral name. Thank you again.